Hello, and welcome to J-1 Visa Consulting, your resource guide to all things J-1 Visa related. My name is Avery, and I am an immigration specialist with over 7 years of experience in J-1 Visa programming and cultural exchange programs. In this video, I'll be talking about the intern and trainee programs, 2 of the 15 different categories of the J-1 Visa program. If you have a question about any of the content in this video, feel free to leave a comment below or check me out at j1visaconsulting.com. So let's begin. Here we're going to start with information about the programs. So the intern and trainee programs allow foreign nationals to participate in structured and guided internships or training programs at a U.S. business in their respective academic or professional field for a maximum of 12 months if you're an intern or 18 months if you're a trainee. So what does this respective academic professional field mean? That means that if you're currently a business student, that means your internship should be a business internship in what you're studying. If you're an engineering student, you should have an engineering internship and so on. Same thing if you're a trainee. If you're currently a lawyer, you can have a trainee program in a law firm. It has to be related to what you're either currently studying or currently working in. Please note that hospitality, agriculture, and tourism programs have a maximum of 12 months, even for trainees. Jobs in this category must have a cultural component, which allow the foreign national to experience American culture. So for bigger companies that have lots of interns, they have a whole internship program where you're able to meet other interns from all around the world, and of course the domestic interns as well. They might organize events for you. If you are a trainee, they might have other trainees there as well, or maybe you're the only one, and then they are expected to have events where you are able to experience American culture there as well. So here we have eligibility. How are you actually eligible to participate in these programs? So number one, and probably the most important, you do have to be proficient in English. So you will probably be working between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., which are typical business hours here. So you have to talk to your coworkers, your managers, anyone that you might interact with in English. So that is a must. If you are an intern, you have to be enrolled full-time in a post-secondary university outside the U.S., or you have recently graduated. So that means graduated from a post-secondary university outside the U.S. in the last 12 months. For interns, you must have a post-secondary degree in your respective field from a university outside the US, and 1 year of related work experience outside the US, or have 5 years of related work experience outside the US. So as you can see, the most important factor in all of this is that it does have to be outside of the US. That means if you went to school in the US, you have a bachelor's degree from a college or university here, it will not count. It also means if you are working here at a US institution or business, that will not help your eligibility either. So here we have the different fields that are eligible for the intern and trainee programs. We have agriculture, forestry and fishing, arts and culture, construction and building trades, education, social sciences, library science, counseling and social services, health-related occupations, hospitality and tourism, information media and communications, management, business, commerce and finance, public administration and law, and last but not least, the sciences, engineering, architecture, mathematics, and industrial occupations. So as you can see, there are lots of different options here. You can be studying business, law, arts, history, hospitality. You can work in a resort, hotel, fine dining, businesses, Fortune 500 companies. Really, there's lots of different options here if you're looking to come on the intern or trainee programs. Here we have some essential information. So number one being the 2-year rule. So if you do participate in a trainee program, you must wait 2 years to participate in another program. So that's pretty straightforward. There's not much way to go around that. Please note that for the intern program, that rule does not apply. So you can do back-to-back internship programs as long as they don't exceed the maximum duration of 12 months. The 212E rule is different, also has 2 years. but depending on what you are training in, you might be subject to this 2-year home country presence rule. That means that if you're learning a specific skill that your home country needs or wants, they would request that you would go back home for 2 years so that you can apply those skills there. There is a waiver process to bypass this. It does take some time, so if you are interested in that, you would definitely want to look it up before the end of your program. You must secure housing before you arrive to the United States. Most sponsors do help with this, so this is pretty important. Even if you have not secured permanent housing, you want to make sure that you do have something temporary, even if it's just a hotel for a night or two. As I mentioned, most sponsors help with this. It could be in the form of giving you leads in the area. Employer might have employer housing, contacting landlords, securing it themselves. So it just depends. And as always, the better your English, the better job opportunities you will have. Here we have some J-1 visa essentials. So for all J-1 programs. So you must be a foreign national with supporting documentation of education and or relevant work experience. So if you're a student, that means you have to have a letter of enrollment, a transcript showing that you're actually a student at the university you attend. If you are an employee, a work professional, that means that you would have a letter from your current employer, potentially your previous employer, stating that you do work there and what your job duties are. You must show proof of financial means to support yourself while in the U.S. So especially before you receive your first paycheck, because it could take 2, 3, or potentially 4 weeks, just depending on payroll and when you actually arrive. So make sure that you do have enough to support yourself while you're here. You must not show any immigrant intent. So this is a non-immigrant visa, which means that if it's your dream or plan to live in the U.S. forever, become a citizen, this is not the visa for that. At the end of the program, you are required to return home. And you must not displace an American worker. That's essential to this visa category as well. So that is all that we have for today. So if you liked this video or found it helpful, go ahead and give it a like. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to make sure to stay up to date and in the know about the J-1 visa. So until next time.